There's three main ways that I think, I mean, some people are just from their childhood grew up in a situation where they've been overweight since childhood, and but that's not typically what I see in my clients. There definitely are people who had backgrounds like that, and they've just never known what it's like to be thin. Another way is that your weight can slowly creep up over time. And that, what's not helping us in that situation is there's a lot of misinformation out there on what is actually healthy. If well, you're younger than me, so you might not remember this, but back in like the 80s, I think there was this low fat craze where it was just like, oh, just cut fat out of your diet. And then they introduced all of these low fat processed foods onto the market, and they were filled with very high carbohydrate, very highly processed food. And people thought that they were doing good things for themselves by eating that. And they were slowly gaining weight. And there's still a lot of information out there that say that things like grains are good for you. And honestly, if you have a farm where you're trying to fatten cows as fast as possible, that's what you feed them, grains. And human bodies, if you think back to what we evolved from, back in the day, we were eating, meat that we could kill, like saber-toothed tigers, and gathering nuts and fruits and stuff that just grew. We weren't eating grains. That the grains didn't even come into existence until the agrarian era, when people settled down and started farming. Mm-hmm. So, you could have someone who's obese since childhood or overweight since childhood. You could have someone whose weight just slowly creeps up over the years. You can also have just people who, there's a lot of people that out there who, and I was one of these people who learned how to soothe themselves with food. It's very easily accessible now. You just don't learn to deal with stress or your emotions. And in fact, a lot of people, including me, were brought up in families where you were not encouraged to express your emotions. You were, in fact, told not to. And so we learned how to stuff our emotions down by eating food, and then just slowly gain weight over time. And this is so common. This is such a common effect of how people gain weight over the years, is we start out at a normal weight, but you're hit all day long with these messages from society that you're not thin enough, especially as women. Supermodels out there, freakishly skinny. Most of the advertising that we saw for years and years and years, it has started to get a little bit better now, where they have more models that are just normal sized people, or even plus sized people. But it used to be that every image you were hit with in advertising was a super thin person. So, when I was a normal sized person as a teenager, I started to think, oh, my thighs are fat, I should lose weight. And then what do? What's out there is you go on a diet. Mm-hmm. When you go on a diet, the diets out there are just so unhelpful. You're slashing calories below what your body needs. You're forcing yourself to either eat overly processed. Like I went on a slim fast diet. Mm-hmm. Slim fast is this. I think they only had shakes back in the day. Maybe they're different now, but you were supposed to drink a slim fast shake like 3 times a day or something. I don't even remember. It was so awful. You're just hungry all day long. Uh-huh. And, I forced myself to do that for 6 weeks. Did I lose weight? Yes. I lost like 10 pounds. And then in the next 6 weeks, I gained it all back plus 5 more. So that's the problem. That's the way a lot of people lose weight, is that we go on diets, we lose weight, we gain it all back, and it's our bodies will fight for the nutrition that it needs. Mm-hmm. So when you go on these drastic diets, you're not giving your body what you need. You're not eating when you're hungry, so you're losing trust with your body. It destroys the relationship with your body and with yourself. And then at the end of it, you're heavier than you started off. You're filled with shame that you weren't good enough, that obviously the diets work. Look at their advertisements. You've got overweight, unhappy person here, and then you've got skinny, happy person over here. And that's not me. I'm still overweight and unhappy. So it must be my fault.